Alright, so I'm gonna be reacting to this video called They Get Mad When Women Speak Facts, Feminist TikTok compilation. So let's see how accurate this is.
If a man ever tries to use the argument on you that women were built to create babies, ask him about menopause. There's only 3 animals in nature that have menopause. We are one of them. The only biological purpose for that is that we need to pass on knowledge. Men
Huh?
can keep producing.
Yeah, I don't think that's why. Probably something to do with age. I mean, look, you can add philosophical meaning to anything. It doesn't, I mean, see what else you gotta say, but that just because you add philosophical meaning to it, that doesn't mean it's true. Or that doesn't mean it has any other broader connotation to whatever she's saying.
Sperm until they die, i.e., you guys were actually born just to procreate.
Yeah, that is true, but historically, we've also been more likely to be sent to war or die in do some dangerous job. I mean, like that is true, but that's not how it's been historically speaking.
Not us. That's your purpose, not ours. We get to choose. The egg gets to choose.
What does that mean?
And we have menopause, which means our value is actually not in our reproductive systems. It's in the knowledge that we pass on and that it's imperative for the survival of the species. So,
I'm sorry, in what civilization did you pass your knowledge on? I didn't see you guys sacking the city of Troy or building civilization or doing anything, really.
biologically speaking, the more you know.
In case you forgot that men are awful, I posted a video about what the girlies are going to do if we ever hit an apocalyptic situation and like life's never going back to normal. And there are currently almost 7,000 comments of women saying that they would themselves rather than deal with the men out in the world because they know that they would be abused, used, and discarded. Not to mention all the girlies in the comments saying that they would make sure their body was burned, disposed of, like mangled beyond recognition, because even death will not stop men from using our bodies against our will.
Okay, look, you say this, but I mean, historically speaking, we've been the ones, we have a drive to protect. So that's what we're going to do. That's what we've always done. So you say this now, but that's never what's happened in history. I can't name a single time that it's happened. That this didn't happen during Genghis Khan's invasion, didn't happen when the Greeks slaughtered all the men and then enslaved the women and children. This has never happened ever. And it's not going to happen now in this apocalyptic scenario that she's mentioning.
I know this is grim, but also the girlies are
And
hysterical.
and somehow this imaginary scenario justifies this. It's unbelievable.
And if you would like some funny, girly, dark humor, I highly encourage you to go look at that video on my page. I am just having so much fun scrolling through the comments. Everyone is hilarious. Everyone is so funny. And I just love all the girlies once again.
Imagine waiting till the baby's born to find out the gender, and you wait all the 9 months, and then you birth the baby, and you go through all that, and they hand it to you, and they say, "It's a boy."
Okay. Not even going to say anything about that. That looks like she is.
What is wrong with y'all? You know what's crazy is that a lot of mothers have sons with this type of fucking mentality. And this, like, they hate men so much that God was like, you know what? Here's your karma. He's a boy. Now raise a boy on your own while you hate fucking men. Hate your son too. Hate your son too. What's wrong with y'all? Like, honestly, y'all be sounding like fucking
doesn't make any
clowns.
sense.
Clowns. You're ridiculous. Like, you're giving baggage. You're giving daddy issues. You're giving anything but educated and intelligent. Like, why would you even post this on the internet? Like, it's fucking cringe.
We need to come up with some new curse words. Like, we need new profanity. My neighbor pissed me off so bad today. Like, I want new profanity. Like, it's driven, my hatred has driven me to the point of, like, invention. Because what the fuck? And let me tell you, calling a man a bitch, I don't like that. Well, that's a lie. I do like calling men bitches. But that's not the point. That's not the point. In this case scenario, I don't like it because I want something that isn't inherently feminine. You know what I mean? Like, when you, like, bitch is like, that's an inherently feminine insult, right? Like, it's a female dog, right? Or even calling someone like a pussy. Like, that, I don't like that because I'm like, first of all, a vagine, a vajayjay, a vagina, a very strong part of the human body. Like, that should never be, like, symbolic with weak. You know what I mean? But I need a new word. We need new profanity. I need a new curse word to call these motherfuckers because they... let me stop because I'm so fucking irritated at this man. It's not even fucking funny. Like, I am heated and I don't have a curse word to express my fucking anger.
Oh, but I was falsely accused and it ruined my life. Prove it. I need you to prove it to me with hardcore, undeniable evidence because
How do you prove the negative of something? You can't.
that is what you demand of sexual assault victims. You demand
Well, wouldn't that make sense? Because they're the ones that actually have evidence. You can't prove the absence of something.
that they provide you physical proof that this happened to them and you never take them at their word. So why should I take you at your word? How do I know that you're not just a sexual predator trying to convince me that you are a good person who... Also, why did you get with this woman if you knew she was crazy? Why did you open yourself up for that opportunity by staying with a crazy woman? Why did you not see the red flags and the signs? Why didn't you leave? What were you wearing? Were you in a suit? Why would you wear such a sexual piece of clothing around a woman who you know is able to make a false allegation against you? Why would you do that? It doesn't make a lot of sense, does it? I think that you're lying to me. I really think that you're lying to me because you have no proof. And also, why would you even allow yourself to be falsely accused? I just don't get it. And I honestly don't believe you. And I just think that you're...
Yep, this is why we're giving up. This is why nobody's approaching anybody. This is why everything's falling apart.
I think that you're a bad person.
Women oppress women by becoming agents of the patriarchy and acting out racism, classism, and other things. Women can absolutely be misogynist too, and here are some of the ways that women carry out misogyny, ultimately helping the patriarchy. Policing other women's bodies and sexuality by judging her for her clothes, for her hair, for her plastic surgery, for her aging. Women oppress women by enforcing gender roles such as you have to want to be a mom, you have to want more kids, you have to do this, you have to, be this wife for your husband. It's also in criticizing women who are too ambitious or too loud because they're like men. I'm not like other girls who garner to male attention, or it's women who have this thing where it's like you have to be elegant, you have to be classy. It's mean girl dynamics within the workplace and the family. It's bullying, it's rumor spreading. It's mothers and aunts teaching their daughters to not be difficult for men. It's older women gatekeeping within the workplace, saying, I had to suffer for my spot, so you must suffer as well. It's sabotaging other women. It's colorism. It's racism. It's classism.
Okay, is she gonna get to her point? I mean, I'm just seeing a lot of complaints, not a lot of solutions.
It's homophobia and it's transphobia, saying that queer women and trans women cannot exist with cis women because their womanhood detracts from our own womanhood. It's mothers. It's C-sections versus natural births versus epidurals versus no epidural versus breast is best versus bottle fed. None of this makes life better for women. None of this helps women move forward in life. It oppresses all women to oppress any woman.
I talk very poorly about...
Literally, that's just a bunch of slop. You can't do anything with that. He's saying, oh, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. But nothing about what they should do.
It oppresses all women to oppress any woman.
I talk very poorly about choice feminism, about liberal feminism quite extensively because I think that these feminist projects are not a good use of our time at best, and flat out useless and harmful at worst. Okay, so I get this comment a lot then of like, what is actually the productive use of feminism? And I want to start, like, the first video I guess I'm going to make about this is I want to say that we need to like reframe what it is we think feminism is about. A lot of the time I see people making the statement of like, feminism is about like women being happy, feminism is about allowing women to make choices, feminism is about just like this je ne sais quoi, it is just this kumbaya, let's like go around the fire and just like
Yeah, looks like nobody knows what it means.
Be happy for women. And like feminism has nothing to do with that. Feminism doesn't care about the individual feelings of women. Feminism doesn't care about individual women's life satisfaction or just like generally how they feel on a day-to-day. Feminism is about like your fundamental liberation as an oppressed class. It is thinking broadly. It is thinking the whole scope. So like I talk a lot about beauty because I think it's something everyone can relate to, but I also don't think it's like the number one feminist project. But the reason why I feel the need to bring something like this up is when I say something like plastic surgery is not feminist, and then I get people that get mad at me and they're like, well, if it makes me happy and it's what I want to do and I'm making the personal choice. Once again, all you're bringing up, personal choice, personal happiness. That's not what feminism is about. I don't care about your personal choice or your personal happiness. The only time choice becomes relevant is when we're talking about abortion. But you cannot apply that logic to all other parts of feminism. So like with the whole plastic surgery thing, when I'm bringing that up and I'm saying that like this assumption that plastic surgery, why I say that plastic surgery is not good is because it's asserting this idea that women's value is directly correlated to their desirability and that you should undergo dangerous and expensive procedures so that you can become more desirable. That I'm addressing that whole system, which actually has nothing to do with how you personally feel about it. It's important to recognize that so that we can actually start having productive feminist discussions.
We need to start treating the word bitch.
Okay, so with that, I mean, again, that was a pretty big word salad. You know, kind of zoned out for a little bit of it. It wasn't, let's see, she said plastic surgery. I mean,
that so that we can actually start having productive feminist discussions.
We need to start treating the word
bitch
as a slur. It has consistently occurred to me throughout my life that people take the word bitch very lightly, that they don't acknowledge the fact that it is a slur that is only used against women or only used at the expense of women. Because to be called a bitch is simply to be aligned with femininity, and using the word bitch as an insult is admitting that you look down on femininity and women in general. And I think a lot of us as women...
Okay, there's a lot of leaps here, but...
women have accepted the use of the word bitch, especially by men, both gay...
She didn't define the term whatsoever. It's literally a dog that they're talking about, and it's not, it has nothing to do with femininity as a whole.
And straight. And I think we need to start checking the men in our lives more often.
It has to do with certain people.
Often when they use this word. I think because women are such a huge percentage of this planet, the word bitch is used very loosely because we're not seen as an
such a huge percentage of this planet.
Oppressed group, although we are. Because there are so many women on this planet, it's hard for people to conceptualize that this word could actually hurt us. Even just hearing this word being used casually is hurtful for women. And this word is genuinely volatile. I mean, just the way it sounds. Bitch. It sounds violent and it sounds angry. And where is this anger coming from? I believe that this anger is purely coming from a deep-seated hatred of women. So ladies, I think it's time that we start treating the word...
Okay. She says nothing about the context in which it's used or why it's used.
Bitch as a slur and checking people when...
And it already is. It already is treated as a slur.
When they use it. Because I don't know about you, but I'm quite sick of hearing the word bitch come out of the mouths of a person who will never know the pain of being associated with this word. I mean, at this point, I've heard more men call women bitches than women. That's how normal it's become. And I know I'm not the only woman who is sick of being called something akin to a slur almost every single day.
Yes.
Getting called that almost every day, that's your problem.
I'm probably a misandrist, and a lot of people say that's the opposite of misogyny. You're just doing back to them what they've done to you, and I'm going to explain why that's not really true. The opposite of misogyny would start a couple thousand years ago, where women started realizing we are way better at emotionally regulating, we develop faster intellectually, and we're better at managing things. Men are good at hunting because they're strong and their stamina makes them good for playing with children while women manage everything else. So we bake that into the religion that we made by women and for women, and the all-loving mother in the sky says that men do deserve to stay in the home and please me and serve me however I want.
Oh.
We bake it into politics. Men don't understand anything about management. Why would we let them vote on who gets to manage? Testosterone makes men angry and aggressive. We probably shouldn't have a leader like that. Women develop faster intellectually, so maybe we shouldn't have men and women on the same plane educationally because women far outpace men. Then we make an exception for a man to go to school because he shows more promise than other men. He almost lives up to women. A man runs for president? Absolutely not. Your terrible management skills that we talked about, your inability to emotionally regulate, why would you ever be president? Absolutely.
This happened however many thousand years ago. She said they would lose the first war they fought.
Not. But fine, we'll let you vote because I guess you live here too. Honestly, at this point, men are hardly people.
Not only that, they wouldn't be able to manage anything. They wouldn't get anything done.
They are treated with so much disrespect. They are used and abused by women because they're so inferior to us. And then after thousands of years of that, I make a joke about how you need to stay in the kitchen because that's really where you belong. And I'm only half joking. That is the opposite of misogyny. The thing is, women wouldn't do that to men. Misandry came about in such a different way than misogyny came about that it is laughable to compare. We are reacting to the injustices that have been imposed upon us by men. And I am okay recognizing, based on science, that women are better emotional regulators, better at leading, and countries where women are leading are overall happier.
Name one. Name one.
We are the first generation of women with fucking technology. We are the first generation of women that actually have so much freedom, that actually have way more rights than any other generation, than any of our ancestors. And this is something that I think about 24/7. And even at that, our rights are still down here compared to men. Even despite that, our rights are every single second of every single day trying to be taken away. I'm still so grateful that I live in this generation. I'm still so aware.
So notice how she just said things, expected you to blindly accept, provided no examples or evidence, and then just keeps rolling along.
And grateful for the fact that there's like a group of women over there as I'm talking about this, like having a tour. How perfect. Literally. I'm just so grateful that I get to experience my life as it is. I'm so grateful that I get to be me in this lifetime. I'm so grateful that I get to focus on my art in this lifetime and really live a life of pleasure and, dance and pursue art. Because of my lineage, because of my ancestors working so hard, I'm so grateful that I get to live the life that I have. And it also is so heartbreaking the more I have lightly analyzed this truth, knowing that generations of women of the past didn't get to live a life that is even an ounce similar to mine. And it makes me sad. It makes me sad that so many women, and still to this day, have kids from an early age, get addicted from an early age, get in really, really bad situations, might not have parents or guardians from a young age. And it really, really, really opens your eyes and makes you thankful and grateful.
Well, the difference is you probably don't have kids at all.
Grateful for where you are in life and for what you have, but also I feel like it's my duty in this life to make my dreams happen and to become successful. And this is a reason why I'm so driven. This is a reason why I'm so positive all the time, because my life and our lives as women today is truly heavenly compared to women of the past. No matter what you've gone through, we have tools, we have resources, we have communities that we can reach out to. We have technology, for God's sake. You can apply anywhere you want. You can somehow save up money and travel anytime you want. Okay, women are waking.
So somehow you have all that, but you guys are still down here, and then we're up here. No sense.
Up to the fact.
I need to talk to a gay person.
What do you need?
I need to talk to a gay person.
Is shaving a feminist issue that we should actually even focus on?
I don't even know.
Because often when this topic gets brought up, there's a few responses that are really common. 1, I have sensory issues, that's why I shave. 2, is this even an issue that we should focus on? And I can respond to both of those. First of all, sensory issues. If you have them, it's valid. I'm not saying that you're not having those sensory issues that you believe that you have, claim to have. It's none of my business.
I'm just gonna skip
don't
this bit.
care. You're acting so it was so shit. But them alarm since instead around makes information
is the fact that like
working out.
He had a
to our rights.
So believe it or not, me and Jim dated for
Oh my god, bro. Why's your voice so deep?
about 6 months. He had a really huge cock.
Oh, you mean like working out?
Another thing that I was talking to one of my best guy friends about is the fact that like he didn't realize why I am so like short with him about a lot of things, because why I don't have a lot of like sympathy for where he is at in life. And it's because of the simple fact that like I had to remind him that I am the only woman in my entire bloodline, okay, that has been able to live the way that I live right now without a man, okay? I have been able to get homes. I have been able to buy my car. I have been able to have my own bank account, my own jobs, travel, do things with my friends, live in this way.
And congratulations, you're also probably at the end of your bloodline.
My mother never got to. My grandmother never got to. My great-great-great-great-great-great-grandmother never got to. And with this administration that we have right now, I don't even know if my nieces will ever be able to. I don't even know if my great-granddaughters would ever be able to. My great-great-great-great-great-great any granddaughters are ever going to be able to get the opportunity that I have right now in this very moment of our entire existence. What do you think I'm going to do with this life that I have? I am going to travel. I'm going to eat good. I'm not going to settle for just some like mediocre loser man. I am going to laugh, and I'm going...
Or any man, which is why your bloodline will end with you, most likely.
To like do things that I love. I want to go snowboarding. I want to go, like, I know how to skateboard. I can snowboard. I can whip surf. I do so many things. I travel with my friends. I hike. I party. I rave. Anything that I could possibly get my hands into learning how to do, I will. Okay. My next thing is like, I want to learn how to tattoo. I be getting bored, and I be like, you know, I think I'm gonna pick up that hobby. Like, there are so many things. I'm gonna learn pottery. Okay. Like, I learned how to ride a motorcycle last year. Like, that's what I'm gonna utilize my time with. You think that I'm gonna sit here and be worried about a man? No! I don't even know if my fucking niece is gonna be able to live my life. And I feel so bad about it. Like, do women not see what the hell they're leaving for the kids behind us? Like, what the future, like the past generations...
Yeah, but there are no kids. No one's...
have fought so hard for us to be able to gain? And you think that I'm gonna sit here and be sad about the male loneliness epidemic? This is the first time in fucking ever that women are able to live this way. That we weren't having to be subjugated by a man.